Evening all, welcome back to the channel. So with Catalyst, which is always a really weird name in my book, and I'll explain why later. Coming on the 18th, I thought I'd actually just go through and look at this. And let's look at it from a sort of lens, if you like, an eye of making money. And I think obviously everything in my game is about making money. Yes, you blow stuff up. I've done that for 22 years. I quite like the idea of figuring out what you can actually make money on. So I'll just pause this or turn it down a bit and we'll talk through kind of what's happening. So two new ships. One is basically the bridge between the sort of mining frigate and the mining barge, which is that thing there. Is there money to be made on these things? There tends to be. That if you go and basically buy a blueprint and then quickly make a few, you probably will earn a few ISK doing that. I think that's actually quite a good thing. Oh, look, 2D map. I don't see the point of it, but I like it. I think actually the map in Eve has always been a bit bad, but I always quite like the fact that it did represent the real positions of these stars. And again, in my mind, again talking a bit of lore now, the idea here was always that you had something like, you know, I mean, a galaxy has millions of stars, but the assumption here is the only ones that are highlighted are ones that have gates to them. That's my understanding of this. I mean, again, you don't have a galaxy, because this is a galaxy, this is a version of the Milky Way, although be it rather small. My assumption of the lore here was that this was how they connected everything. Anyway, let's not get bogged down with the who said, these they said. So I think that 2D map is good. I think the mining frigate is going to be something, or the mining, I don't know, what do you call it? The interim middle one, prospect, is going to be something. Is it prospect? No, it's not, is it? But I think that will be something you could bake a bit of ISK from. The blueprint, I reckon, will be around sort of 5 to 10 million. You then probably have a build cost of, I don't know, a few million, like 5 million, maybe something like that. It feels like a cruiser, doesn't it? Sort of maybe just smaller than a cruiser. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that you could buy quite quickly and then get up and running. There'll be Tech 2 versions of it, I am informed. So again, get your invention ready. You can earn some good ISK from that. I think, yeah, I mean, look at it. I mean, it's basically 3 mining layers instead of the 2, and it's basically designed for people that haven't got coveters. Yeah. And I think this is why this is, I like content like this, because I think actually when you go and look at Eve generally, they can add as many capital ships as you like. The problem is not many players will ever use them. So for me, adding stuff at that kind of earlier stage is a really good thing to do. For me, it strengthens the fact that they are trying to continue to build the new player experience, which at the moment I think is actually quite good. I've been quite impressed with what I've found. The opportunities tab is a lot clearer. It's still a frighteningly complex game, though. This is the understatement of the world. So I think generally, you know, I think that mining frigate is a good addition to the game, because what it's going to, or I don't know if it's actually a mining frigate, but it's going to be a good addition because I think it starts to bridge the gap between the mining frigate and the coveter, like I say. I think so here we have, like, I think the Tech 2 version, so they're kind of like, you know, deep space ones that has the micro jump drive, which is quite good, micro warp jump drive, whatever it's called. And you have, basically, I can see that whatever they release now, they're releasing with kind of Tech 2 variants, and I do like that, because that means you then have an entire industry there of invention ready to go. So I don't know, I'm quite partial to this. I think this could be quite good. I think this could be quite a nice addition to the game. So fingers crossed that this is available, which is always an issue, because when they release new stuff like the, you know, stuff with to do with ore, for example, which this probably is, there may be a risk that you just can't get it. Onto the, I guess, the expedition. I want to say destroyer. Is it a destroyer? No, it's a cruiser. It's bigger than that. Battle cruiser. What am I talking about? It looks amazing. Like, it looks really good. Yes, you'll be able to make money from this. It's a Sisters of Eve ship, so I'm going to guess that you have to kind of get blueprints from there. So if you've got the means, just go and buy a load of blueprints, if they even are available, and seed them on the G2 market. You will be quids in. You could do 10 times the price and you will literally be quids in. This thing looks incredible. I'm definitely going to get one. It's mainly designed, I think, for wormholes. It has the 0 point what's it doodah, which means it can jump through frigate-sized wormholes. And it just means that you then basically have something a bit meatier. It's for expedition, but I can tell you now it's going to be used as a ganking tool beyond belief, because it's going to be able to get through holes that you cannot get through with other ships. I think it's going to be quite popular. It looks good as well. I think the little spinny roundy thing is quite, you know, compelling as well. It has a real look about it of kind of like real sci-fi ships, you know, like there's an awful lot of Eve ships. When he first came out, a lot of the skins that you have today were not the original looks of the ships. The Scorpion was like a sort of broken bird. It had one long fin and one short fin, and it all looked a bit odd, but it was interesting because basically like all the ships were unique. You could absolutely say that. I mean, look at the Thanatos. Oh my days, I love the look of this. So there's carrier changes. Again, my view of carriers is they might as well just make them ships you can fly in Empire, because at the end of the day, if they're reducing the cost to build them, they're reducing the materials needed to build them, they're kind of lowering their position in the ranking. So they're not necessarily capital ships like a dreadnought anymore. I think they're much more like an Orca. So I would be sort of saying, well, you know, maybe you should allow them to be used in high sec. Okay, you have a problem of just that will be the only thing in mission hubs, so maybe just make it you can't launch fighters. I mean, that's my view of the entire capital ship market, by the way, is you might as well just allow people to use Titans in Empire, but they can't fire. Like, just make it that it's not possible. You click a button, nothing happens. That way, I think you would see you would see some cool things. I just think things like this would make sense. You could have it as a support ship, maybe. That would be kind of cool. But anyway, so they've changed it, so now you see the fighters launching. Again, it makes me laugh. When these first came out, I went and bought all the blueprints, capital blueprints, got all the dread blueprints, all the carrier blueprints. I took them to deep space and I just mass produced carriers and dreadnoughts. I must have made over 1,000 of these things. Maybe not, but it feels like it. And they were pretty useful. Like, I would say the jump drive mechanic in this was just eye-opening, because you suddenly were like, oh wow, you need a second account because you can't move otherwise. I mean, that's the irony of this shit, is there were no Sino beacons back in the day, bruh. You had to have Sino ults, and so the game was basically just telling you, well, if you want a capital ship, you know, you have to have one of these. And oh my god, it just was ridiculous. So I can see that these things, they've always been a bit useless in my book. Yes, they're good for things like structure bashing. Yes, they do have their place. But I think with the changes, so you're no longer, I think, able to just set up a 300-kilometer blob and then sit far away. I think they're changing it so now that you have to kind of put some skin in the game to do that. So it's interesting, isn't it? I can see that that's going to be a real challenge, I think, to kind of figure out how the new use of these ships will go. So carriers, I think, being kind of, I don't want to say they're defanged, but I think they're changed. And again, I don't know if I like the animation of things like coming out and launching out of the carrier. I'm not sure I'm mad on that. So there we go. So let's just quickly roll through it. So basically you can see it has some bonuses. So again, this is just designed solely to basically go to go and basically mine stuff with. I actually tried mining recently, so just to bear in mind, I have not mined in probably 15 to 20 years in this game. That blows my mind to think about that. For 15 to 20 years I have not mined. The last time I mined, they had just released Tech 2, what do they call them, the big mining beam lasers with the crystals. Yeah, that shows my knowledge of mining. And I basically got a venture, put 2 miner 2s on it, flew to a belt, and then started mining. And I remember thinking, wow, this is like, it's not changed. Like, nothing has really, it looks prettier, but nothing has really changed. And I was a bit annoyed because, again, you look at mining in Elite Dangerous, or you look at mining in Star Citizen or something like that, it's quite hands-on. Whereas this is designed to just, yeah, okay, start your mining cycle. It's 10 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever. Go and put, Netflix on. go and put a particular website on that has a very interesting jingle at the start, and by the time you're done your cycle will be ended. I can't believe that literally they have like a game that they don't want you to play. It's like there should be a little mini game to sort of focus the crystal, and you could get bonuses if you actually do a little mini game and try and align your laser. Can't believe they've never done it. It's because I think so many people AFK mine, and I'm going to raise the B word now, bots. I think an awful lot of people bot mine as well, but I don't know. I have no information to back up that bold, placed claim, thrown on the table like a smoking pistol. I have nothing to back that up other than I reckon it's happening, don't you? Anyway, so Pioneer, that's the name, Pioneer Consortium. I like it. I think it's good. Anyway, so this to me is the interesting one, the Odysseus. Again, aptly named. So if you understand the name Odysseus, then you are obviously a friend of Homer. I will leave it there. Basically, this thing is going to be, I think, an interesting ship. I think you will see these everywhere because they are quite good. I think the zero-point mass entangular module. Basically, it means you can take the battle cruiser into frigate-sized place. So if you don't have one, I mean, think about it, it's an arms race. If you don't have one of these, then they're in frigate wormholes, you're about to get stomped. You're going to see fleets of 200 of these, well, maybe not 200, but let's say 20 of these against 100 frigates. These guys win. These guys win. Maybe not. And I think that's my point, is there's not an awful lot I think people are going to be able to do if these become the meta, which they're going to. The expedition command base, I mean, that's interesting. So you're going to have the ability to enhance probing and hacking strength. So if you have a safe space, good luck, or safe spot, good luck, because they're going to find you in minutes, seconds even. But again, it's good. This is all good content. I always think cloaking devices were the stupidest thing to put in the game. I think one of the nicest things that they've done since is depower them somewhat, because when I lived in 0-0, I used to have like 10 alts that I would just go and put into our enemies' ratting space and mining space and just sit all day, just sit. I was that guy. Now you can't really do that. They can find you, and I think that's good. And this, I think, with the command bursts, I think is good. I do like the hacking game, by the way. I'm actually going to do a video on hacking because I like it. Like, to me, that's a fun mini game. Like, I had a dream. Let me tell you my dream. And this is one of the less crazy ones that would see me put away. I had a dream, right, that I was basically running down a hospital corridor, right, being chased by something. It was an amorphous shadow thing. And it wasn't a monster, it was more the idea of something. So it's obviously probably marriage or something like that. Basically, I come to this door and I reach for the handle and this little screen pops up in my brain. And it's the flipping hacking thing in Eve. But every single time I clicked something, you would go one space, open, and then the next one you click, it would be the dead end. And I remember thinking, oh, come on, I can't mess about. And then I got really angry at the door for having this mini game. And I remember a moment of rage I had with the event where I was like, oh, just give me the thing in the can, come on. And I remember laughing. I woke up and I literally was like, I play this game too much. I know I do. So anyway, there we go. So you have boost to hacking strength. If you're interested in hearing more of my fevered dreams, then please join the live stream that I'm sure we'll do soon, where I'll tell you about all the crazy things I dream about, which I'm sure none of you care about. But anyway, so there we go. So I'm just reading. So again, it's interesting. I like new ships. I think it's a battle cruiser, which is nice. I think that's probably getting to the right size of ship. It used to be battleships in my day were like the ship to play, and now I don't see an awful lot of people in battleships. But just going to put it out there, the Raven is the best designed spaceship in any sci-fi ever. I have no further comment on this topic. So then we have what they're doing with the 2D map. I'll tell you why I like it, and I'll tell you why I'm not that bothered with it, because I did an exploration series that no one watched, because no one cares about like the fun, interesting places in this game. All you care about is money. Money, money, money. You are the Donald Trumps of space internet shooty games, which is fine. That's fine. If that's what floats your boat, okay. But what I was surprised at was, as you start to explore some of these places, there's so much stuff in them. Like there's there's monuments, there's things, there's stuff I've never seen before. As you start to go around, you see lore. So for example, if you're interested in the Galante-Caldari conflict, and why wouldn't you be, then basically there's monuments put in the game to talk to you about it. It's really good. Like, I was genuinely quite blown away, but no one watched it, so I never continued it. That's how YouTube is, you know this. But I did continue the journey, and I learnt much about the game. And I can see, let's just play this one again, play it low. Oh, hang on, is this like a really long one? Oh no, we're not going to watch that. There we go. So Stain. It looks easier, doesn't it? I mean, if you did that, I think that would help you understand, you know, if you live here, what's there? I do like it. I don't know if it really needed a huge overhaul, but they've done it and it looks quite good. I think the map had some charm about it because, again, coming back to my crazy thought, the map in Eve is just the star systems that have gates to them. And there's no ability to jump drive to the non-gated systems. Does that make sense? Like wormholes, yes, and wormholes show that there are potentially, you know, obviously not really, but there are potentially millions, billions of systems out there. But I like that. I think that was really the bit that was missing, because only 7,000 systems feels stupid, right? That you look at that and you're like, oh, there's 7,000 systems. It's like, oh, it's just a tiny bit of the arm of somewhere. No, that's the galaxy. It's the Eve galaxy. And you have to then explain to people that there should be like 500 million suns there, stars then. And it's like, well, yeah, okay. But this is only the ones that have maybe been discovered and catalogued. I like that thought. I think that's the way to think of it. And wormholes take you through to places that just were never found. And then you have trig, sort of abyssal space and so on. It's all quite interesting. And then the carrier changes. Again, if we just give a quick sort of ranking system to the carriers, the Nidhogger looks the best. Thanatos is then second. Then it's probably the Chimera. A Chimera, fun fact, is they released it too small. The model is too small deliberately. It was supposed to be bigger. I have had that on good authority from a dev at FanFest who was drunk and told me that the model for this was released at 0.75 the size it should be. And they've never bothered updating it, so it's always remained the smallest carrier. If you have a friend in Fleet who has a Chimera, or Chimera if you want to say the non-English way to say it, then basically you should feel sorry for them, because size envy is a thing. It's a thing. And as they look at you with your massive arch on, as all the ladies turn and look at your arch on, you know full well they're not looking at your Chimera. So I think the changes are good. It means, I'm tempted to get back into making them, because if they make them a bit easier to build as well. I was thinking of building orcas recently, because I've got all the blueprints. I guess I should try to. But the orca takes 17 days to make. So let's assume with good PE, let's say that's 15. Who cares? I have 15 days to wait. I remember waiting 2 months for a Titan each time. I don't really want to do that again. So I think we'll probably give that a miss, but we'll see. And this launching thing, I don't really get it, because it's going to take you away from the action. Is it a little window, pop-up window thing? In which case, okay, cool story, brah. Yes, there's little fighters launching. No, you can't get in them and pilot them. Again, that's what everyone was told when carriers first came into the game. One day, you'll be able to connect to a carrier and you'll fly them in a sort of WASD control format. Never happened. But there we go. So I can see that there's going to be a use for carriers. They're going to obviously be ship transporters as well, so that's quite good. They've got that being increased. But there we go. So I think in terms of ways to make money, maybe try and buy blueprints for this thing. If you can get blueprints for this, then definitely do that. If not, then just look for blueprint copies. If you get a blueprint original, just mass produce blueprint copies as quick as you possibly can. Just do one run, one output. One copy, one run. Just do them as many as you can, because you will make your money, at least for the first, I would say, month, because people will buy them, because no one wants to buy the blueprint if they can avoid it. Us Richies, we will try and buy the blueprint originals and then sort of work on them. Obviously you can ME and PE it as well. I think the reality is people are FOMO now, so they just want the thing immediately. So just get the blueprint, don't worry about PE and TE, maybe just do the quick ones, like the ones that take like 5 hours, then just start mass producing blueprint copies. Those of us that are into the invention, then just start mass producing the Tech 2 variants of them, because Tech 1 will sell well, but Tech 2 is the future. So definitely recommend that. I don't think this one has a Tech 2 variant, does it? It's just going to be like the Sisters of Eve ships now. So I think with that one, just again, mass produce and off you go. There we go. 19th November, which is in my diary 5 days away from this video. So, you know, get your stuff ready, but it does look good. And I am going to give mining another go. I think I've been quite remiss and harsh on the mining world. I just find it a bit boring. I think to me it needed a bit more. And exploration, I'm going to do a hacking thing because I love hacking, because again I dream about it. I dream about this game often. Another dream I had once, just to finish the video, was we had just had a big fleet fight with carriers, right? We'd jumped in on someone. This is before Force Auxiliaries. It was just carriers and dreads back in the day. And basically we jumped in and we started like walloping them with fighters. And then in the day you could just assign your fighters to an interceptor, and the interceptor would chase them around. And we even had this wonderful thing, which I hope is still a thing, because again it shows I've not done this for a long time. You would engage your fighters on a ship, they warp away, the fighters follow and then blow it up. And we had such fun doing that. We just sat talking and literally a kill mail would come in. And I think this was always quite a fun part of the game. But I had this weird dream that I then you know, did this op, we jumped back, all safe, you know, time for medals and tea, got back, went to sleep, and then I dreamt that I was on the bridge as we did exactly the same operation, and it was really freaky because I was kind of like telling people, oh my god, I'm on the bridge, like, no, you don't understand, don't let this ship be blown up, I'm actually on this ship. And it is very fun. There we go, hope you enjoyed that, I'll see you next time.